Hey, what's up? I'm Nick and Knight in the studio with the one and only Sensato.
Check.
Hey, man, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you.
Thank
So,
you.
where are you coming from?
Well, I came from Cancun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been running around.
So, what were you doing in Cancun? Partying or just
no. We
touring?
actually had an event with Jorge Linares. He's a Venezuelan boxer. So I walked him down to the ring. You know, did a little performance there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
and so,
cool.
what was the venue?
It was just a boxing fight.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Fight, yep.
Now, so you grew up in the Dominican, is that right?
Yes.
So, do you still live in the Dominican, or do you live in the
No.
States now?
No,
Where
I
do you
was
live?
born and raised in Dominican Republic, but I moved to New York City, to the Bronx, and you know, I pretty much grew up in Washington Heights.
Oh, wow, that's really awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, what were some of your musical influences growing up?
Well, I would say, you know, a lot of hip hop artists like Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. In the Spanish, I would say Vico C, Calle 13, Teo Calderón. You know, those are the people that I kind of looked up to. You know.
And so, do you pull your style from them? Do you think?
No. My style is very original, very different. You know, I'm very versatile.
So how'd you come up with your style? Like, you know, what makes you you? You know, what makes Sensato special?
I don't know, man. I'm very different from everybody. Like that's pretty much why I kind of stand out, because everybody does like the same thing, and I make it funny, weird. You know, I do it Spanglish, and you know, it's very different than everybody else.
I understand. Now, so how'd you meet Pitbull? How'd you come into contact with him? Because it seems like that's a great link to make for you, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I met Pit. I had my first big record was called Watagata Pitusberry. And
you say that much better than me. I've been practicing it, man. But you say it way too easy, man. Way too easy.
Watagata Pitusberry.
And what is that? What does that mean?
Absolutely nothing.
All right, so that's cool.
Yeah, so we made that record. That record, it was, you know, buzzing all over like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, New York. And Pit and Little John jumped in the remix. And you know, when we did the remix with them, is when the record really became a worldwide record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And ever since then, I just, you know, maintained the relationship with Pitt. You know, always hit him up. Yo, you know, he's always been helping me out. Like, if he had an event in New York, he'll call me. You know, come through. I'm gonna perform here.
You open for him. And
yeah.
So you just kept that cool camaraderie going.
Yeah.
Well, he must have believed in you, and he took you to Europe. Is that right? Is that how the Latinos in Paris got started?
Yeah. Yeah. That was actually our next record that we did together. We did the Latinos in Paris, which came out really like we did it on the tour bus, just like a regular freestyle, you know what I'm saying? We just wrote it to like the beat.
Yeah.
And it became such a big record, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the video, we shot it in Paris. And the video was done the same way the track was done.
Do you remember how many cities y'all went to when y'all were in Europe? Or is it just in Paris?
No, we just went to Paris.
Okay.
Yeah, because he had an event over there.
Had you been to Paris before, or was it your first time? No. One of my best friends, his family lives there, man. He always rants and raves about it, says it's awesome. How was it?
Oh, yeah, no, Paris is off the hook, man. Like, I was only there for 2 days, and it was awesome, you know what I'm saying?
Did you get to party up there a little bit? Go to clubs and check it out?
Oh, for sure,
So what's the response like to Pitt over there? Are they big with Pitt also?
Oh, yeah. He had an event. He had a radio event over there in front of like thousands and thousands of people, and he actually pulled me on stage, and we did the song on stage for like the first time. Like, we never even performed the song. The song had just came out, and it was just like a regular, you know, track. And he's like, "Yo, we're gonna do it on stage." And he called me up, and I went on stage, and we did it.
That's awesome, man. And you know that's just, it says so much about music now. Where you know it leans hip, it leans Latino, it leans Spanish, you know. But you can take it to Paris, and they still feel it. They still feel the vibe. You know, it speaks volumes. Now, I guess Soc Noel. The song started in Spain, I believe. Is that right?
Yep,
and then how did you get a hold of it? How did you guys get into Crazy People? How did that come about?
Rob, which is part of Pitbull's team, he had heard the beat, like, you know, a long time ago. And usually what I do, since I'm like a Spanish rapper, I do a lot of remixes. Like, if one record is not in English, I'll redo it in Spanish, and I'll do it with my own style, you know. And I'll put it out on the internet. And so Rob pretty much wanted me to do the same thing with this record, but this record is like a club, you know, like a
banger.
like a banger. So he sends me the track. I do my part on it. I send it back, and then they send it back to me with Pitt's vocals and everything, just like a hit record. They send it back to me, done. And that's how that went.
Man, that's so cool, dude. Now, now, so far we've only heard party songs from you. Do you do ballads? Do you have a softer side, or are you more the club guy?
Oh no, I have. Forget it, man. I have a record that he didn't blow up like, you know, big, but he blew up as far as, you know, New York, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and it's called El Malo with Aventura and that's like a romantic record. It's like a, you know, like a hip hop, you know, romantic track, and that was also a big record too. We shot the video in New York and all
wow.
that.
So what was that like working with Aventura? That's one of the biggest Latin acts ever.
That was a dream come true, because I'm Dominican, just like them. They're Dominicans, and they're from like, they were born in Dominican Republic, but they grew up in New York City, like in the Bronx and Washington Heights, just like me. Yeah. So for me to get to do a collab with them was like
dreams come true.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like I can't even believe it. You
now,
know
so Romeo Santos, I know you. I read that you had been working with him. Is that the track you're working on? Or
yeah,
you're
that's
working on something else. So
no.
it's already been released. You can get a hold of that.
It's already been released.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah. So real quick, I ask everybody who comes through, what's the best piece of advice anybody's ever given you?
The best piece of advice anyone. Well, I've gotten so much advice lately, but the best one I would say is like what Pitt has been telling me. He's been like, you know, pretty much teaching me a lot of stuff, and he's just telling me that, you know, it takes time, it takes a lot of, you know, you gotta commit, you gotta work hard, you can expect it overnight, you know, and you gotta just walk straight, you know what I'm saying, do everything right, so then everything comes out right, you know what I'm saying?
Dedicate yourself.
Yeah, dedicate, and you know, pretty much that's what I've been doing. I've just been following him, like, you know what I'm saying, looking up to him, and just try to fix all my little, wherever I'm slacking on, I'm trying to get it together.
Yeah, you gotta be your biggest critic.
Exactly.
Nice. Now, so you're on Twitter or Facebook? Like, how can the fans get in touch with you, man?
Yeah, they can follow me on Twitter at Sensato, and my Facebook is facebook.com/Papa Sensato.
Awesome, man.
And my website, sensatosworld.com.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I love the single, Crazy People, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's a wrap. All right. Cool, man.